Welcome to this week's shithole Supercross recap with your favorite Uncle Ron. Y'all, round 4, Anaheim 2, 450 highlights. New track obstacles put in by the Dirtworks crew. A lane of fire coming out of the start. This won't be the first time that AMA and Feld has tried to burn our riders. Speaking of burning the riders, $1,000 fines going out to Jett, Lawrence, and Jason Anderson over last week's controversy. But let's get into 450 race 1. Alright, y'all, looks like the number 1, Chase Six Toy out front, man. Just ripping that whole shot with his teammate Aaron Plessinger, red plate holder in second, but they get into a little bit of a bump match here. Jett Lawrence goes down, has to get up dead last, and he almost missed the second race because he was too busy trying to pull all the riders' helmets after the race. But we have Six Toy out front, just doing his thing. You know, he got that number 1 plate for a reason, and he's showing it out front. You know, you get out front, it's dangerous. We also had Tomac having a hell of a race, but then, Malcolm X'd himself out of the race real quick by dropping the bike again, just like last weekend. You know, hopefully he can stay on 2 wheels. Ooh, more bumping action. But we have Six Toy out front. And man, I tell you what, he just squirted all over the competition, takes the W in the first race. Alright, y'all, 450 race 2, Triple Crown. Looks like we got Jorge Dildo out front from France on that ass Red Balls factory racing ride, but he's quickly swallowed up by Cooper Webb, Aaron Plessinger, and Jason Anderson. What is this, the frickin' vet class? Jesus Christ, these old guys are hauling, but it looks like Chase Sextor got a bad start, having to clean out all the Suzuki shit turds on his way to the front. Tough story. It looks like Chase Sexton finished up in a dismal 6th or 9th place. But out front, we had Jason Anderson just bringing the heat. He made quick moves, gets around one of his main competitors, Cooper Webb, busting this triple, and then quad, single into the corner. Man, it was just a beautiful line. He was one of the first guys to pull that off. And then Jett Lawrence, just super confused at this point why anybody is trying to race him on the track. Going through some mental stuff with that, but he also had a lot of arm pump the second moto from all the helmets that he had to pull on after coming through the pack in the first one. Anyways, the man of the race, Jason Anderson, silencing all the haters. Everyone's like, oh, well, you know, if Jett was stayed up, he would have beat everybody, blah, 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 blah. Alright, y'all, race 3, final race of the night, and we had a little bit of bumping and grinding going on in the first turn. It looks like Ken Roxon on that Kami kickstart. Auschwitz Suzuki going down in the first turn. He came back to a dismal 6th or 9th place. But out front, looky who it is, folks. Captain America back after that foot injury last year, and he's looking like he's picking up right where he left off. But we had Jason Anderson running through the pack, running in a little bit of trouble. He goes down. He decides to pick his bike back up and take the Hunter Lawrence line around the whoops. But he was penalized and docked for this because he did not have the last name of Lawrence. So AMA would dock him a position, taking him off the podium. But our other Lawrence brother, Jett Lawrence, he looked like he was back in full form, ripping through the pack. Just typical Jett Lawrence fashion, making it look easy. Coming up on the number 1 plate, Chase Sextoy. And you know what, Sextoy, he just kind of pulls over because he heard about all the helmet pulling that had gone on in the first race, and he wanted absolutely no part of that, but it didn't matter. Because Jett Lawrence, he ended up going down, taking himself out of the race just too much. And I just blame it on arm fatigue from all the helmet pulling he'd been doing all night. Jett Lawrence remounted his Honda for a dismal 6th or 9th place. It's going to take 6 or 9 donuts to put a smile back on young Jett's little face before next weekend. But we had Tomac coming back from the foot injury last year, silencing all the critics. He's back, folks. Captain America, taking the race win victory. Oh yeah, but we had his teammate, Cooper Webb. Another old face that we see back on top. Cooper Webb just kind of quietly won the night. He was fast. He definitely put himself in position for it. But what a hell of a ride for our veteran Cooper Webb. Aaron Plessinger coming over, giving him a handshake. So I'm going to shout out our actual podium for tonight. It's Cooper Webb out front. Tomac actually gets second. Plessinger gets third. That 1 position penalty in that moto bumps Anderson from 2nd to 4th out of the podium. That's about a $50,000 fine if you want to look at bonus money that he's losing out of that. So maybe that $1,000 fine last weekend did not look too terrible after all. So Cooper Webb, Anderson, Tomac, top 3 in this one. Plessinger, red plate holder, still in 4th place. Sextoy rounding out your top 5. Our championship points, man, they're looking great. We got our Cowboy Plessinger out front. Sextoy in 2nd. Them KTM boys running 1 and 2. Webb still staying in the hunt. Man, we have, 6 or 9 riders separated by like 6 or 9 points. Well, next weekend is Detroit. Hope y'all enjoyed this week's Shithole Supercross recap by your Uncle Ron.